A warm welcome to all of you for being here this afternoon. We are practically proud to be presenting some very key members of the team who would be assisting CFC tremendously in this coming season, which we feel that it's going to be a very exciting season for all of us. It's going to be full of promises. I'm sure the coaches are also promising a lot of good things happening. And we do hope with the help of the media, with all you supporters here in Cebu, we should be looking forward to a terrific season. Thank you.
So, Joshua, I think you've been, what, here 3 weeks now?
Not even 2 weeks.
2 weeks. First of all, how's the food?
The food is good. We were lucky to be invited to a barbecue, so we tried lumpia, lechon, and some of the local dishes. It's very nice. Yeah.
Don't forget the rice.
We had the rice as well in the loop.
We were sort of just checking the background on you. You're very familiar with Asia, so Singapore.
He's Singapore.
So that has a very, very good probably it's done pretty well.
Yeah.
Just a couple of quick questions here. There's a game coming up very, very soon. Have you met all the players?
Of our players?
Yes.
Yes, we've been training them for almost, I'd say, 10 days maybe.
Now, there's a few players left. Obviously, like any club, you always have a turnover. Any new signings that we can look forward to?
We do have some very good signings. So we have a player coming from, he's in two from Turkey, one coming back, one coming for the first time. My first two signings were both Japanese players, as I'm familiar with players in Japan and that market. And we have some exciting Philippine players coming as well.
So the Japanese players, are they what positions? Midfield, striker?
Both probably playing in midfield. Could play striker as well. More attacking players.
Last question before I get too many in. How do you think the fans are going to accept this new season? Unlucky last season, maybe some difficult officiating that probably cost a few points. But I mean, it was an exceptional season. First club in pro club into Cebu. And, again, the fans, they were used to a lot of fast play and goals. So how do you see this? I'm sure you looked at some videos.
We did. We tried to study a bit. Obviously, we weren't here last season, so I don't know all the details. But no, it looks like they had a very good first season, a successful season, and we just hope to build from that with what they were able to achieve last year and go even better. As far as playing style, I expect lots of goals as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Hello, Coach. Good afternoon. So my first question, actually, first of all, I'm from Discount Sports. So I'm always good in sharing information, but in a Bisaya language. So my first question here is, how will your team integrate to the Cebuano community?
Yeah, well, I think obviously, as we're the only professional club on the island, I would hope that we can connect with the local community and actually I was asked before this and I said we want to play a style that everyone here is proud of and they want to see more of, but we obviously plan to be part of the community here, whether that's getting out and doing events in the community, having them come to support us, playing in our academy, so we will be connected with the community in a big way.
Okay, so that would also include going to other areas of Cebu, like provinces and other cities of Cebu, even in schools as well, Coach.
That would be great. And, we've just started sort of the talks again. We've only been here 2 weeks. Maybe in some ways we can help outside of Cebu City and start to expand the brand. One of the things I spoke to Mr. about was expanding the brand throughout the whole island. So that's sort of the goal. We want to be the whole, not just Cebu City's team, but we want to be the whole island's team.
Okay, because recently in the Palarong Pambansa 2023, Central Visayas, especially in the secondary boys, they won the gold medal, and somehow it made me realize that this would be the best chance that you could try to discover not just recruiting players from around the world, but also within here, and somehow that would develop the homegrown football here in Cebu.
Right. Well, look, we understand the importance of the local players from the Philippine players because, for example, we can only use 4 foreigners in the cup. So clearly, we cannot field a full team of foreign players. So we know just how important it is to get the right signings. So we'll be scouting everywhere. And what better player to scout than a local player that has success with the local team? So that's our plan.
I think that would be all for me.
Are you impressed with the stadium?
It's very nice. Yeah. It's really good. I'm excited, and I've heard stories already about the home fans, and they get a bit rowdy. So I'm really looking forward to that. And we're expanding the seating, so there'll be even more rowdy fans.
So, Mustafa, your job is to execute the head coach's policies.
Hello everyone. Yes, I guess for me and Coach Joshua, it's important that we work together. We need to both sing from the same hymn sheet. We cannot be saying different things. So for the past, I guess, 6 weeks before we arrived here, a lot of Zoom calls together. I was of course in Singapore, so we had a lot of calls deciding how we want to play. The players, the whole game model, the structure, everything. So, yeah, of course, coach is the head coach, and he'll say, and I will try to execute, like he said. But yeah, we're going to need to be working together, close-knit team. And I think the players have felt that already. Yesterday, we had a few one-to-ones with the players, and I think almost everyone seems pretty excited for the season ahead. So, yeah, hopefully a good partnership.
So, Joshua, do you take the Scottish accent there?
You do.
I do it.
Okay.
Wow. So we've got several languages on the field.
We do. Yeah, we count that as a separate language.
Good afternoon, coaches. I am Susan, one of the parent coordinators. I just want to ask concerning the academy. We will know if you will be introducing or if there will be new training plans for the kids or the academy in general.
There will. There'll be changes to the academy. That's funny. We were speaking about it driving over here, about making certain changes to the plan. So I don't know if you know his background, but he has a very good background in the academies. I was in the academy last year in Orlando City, coaching my son there. So we both worked in the academies, and we're still sort of putting it together, but we want to roll out sort of a new curriculum to raise the level within our academy, which will hopefully draw more players and improve the academy as a whole.
That's very good news, coach. Because I have children in U13, U11, and U7.
Okay. My son's playing with under 11s.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there an academy for over 70s?
Over 70s. Oh, we have to speak to the boss. See what we can do.
And more parents, please. Parents.
Coach Mustafa, just out of curiosity, what's your favorite football team in the world?
CFC, right?
Miss Anna, please increase salary of Coach Mustafa. Extra 10.
Maybe we should ask him what his favourite Scottish team is.
I think Dundee United.
So I worked. There's 2 teams in Dundee, the city
That's right, yeah.
I lived in. So I worked for both clubs, Dundee United and Dundee. I would say Dundee United I have more of a sort of closer relationship with because I was there for almost 11 years. So I have teammates, friends in both clubs, so I kind of still keep up to date with both teams. But Dundee United definitely get the
So coming south of the border, the EPL, what's your favourite team there?
I'll be honest, I don't have a favourite team. Yeah, as a coach, I like to watch good football. So, for example,
Yeah.
Brighton.
Yeah.
You know, a few years ago, you would say to
Absolutely.
me Brighton, I would never see them as a team I would like to watch.
Very little money to spend, but
Exactly, yeah.
first class on the field.
Yeah, exactly. So whenever they play, for example, now I would watch them.
Yeah.
Of course, your Manchester City, any of the top teams I could learn from, I'll watch. I don't really have a team.
I grew up in Leeds. So I'm going to say,
Yeah, well,
Leeds
Leeds
United.
with Bielsa also played some nice stuff. Like
And Jesse.
Anderson, of course.
If someone can translate from Japanese to English,
いや、日本語で大丈夫。
大丈夫です
あ
か？ありがとうございます。すいません。じゃあ、2つ質問させていただきたいことがありまして、まず1つ目が、その日本人選手が今のチームにいらっしゃると思うんですけど、先ほどもミッドフィルダーで起用したいみたいなお話もあったと思うんですけど、その日本人選手に対して、まずそのプレーの面で期待することっていうのを、まず1つ目の質問でお伺いしたいです。
Hi. He asked to describe sort of the players, the Japanese players, because I mentioned that I signed Japanese, or that we signed Japanese players. But I said we don't actually only have 2 players, we have 4, because there were 2 from last season. So 1 is a defender, and then 3 are more attacking players that will probably play across the midfield, maybe sometimes as a forward, is what we have in mind.
Joshua, with the women's national team program making the World Cup history, they didn't really lose. They picked up great experience for the next time around. Will there be a women's program here under the club?
That is something I have not spoken about, but there's never a better time, right? It's quite exciting what the national team's done to bring exposure to the game here. So I think it's something that we'd have to speak about.
Yes, certainly that is in our program, and we will develop. We will push through.
There's nothing like putting you on the spot.
I get used to be on the spot.
Coach, could you tell us more about your background, how football became your first love, and how you got into this mess?
I've moved around a lot, but I'm originally from Hawaii, and then I grew up in Florida, which is where I started to play soccer, or football, soccer as we call it. I just started to play, I enjoyed it. I played in university, and as soon as I finished, I moved to Japan. I spent a few years in Japan before going to play in Hong Kong for 1 season. And then I realized I really liked Japan, so I ended up moving back to Japan and was lucky enough to join the Urawa Reds. So I didn't play in the first team, but I was playing in sort of the second team there and working in the club. So that's where I made a lot of connections and spent time around the professional team and sort of learned the pro game a bit more with Urawa Reds. After that, I moved back to the US. I continued coaching, mostly in universities, until I got a job with the women's team in Sparta Prague in Czech Republic. I coached the women's team there. And after I got an offer to move over to the men's team, so I spent 3 seasons as an analyst with the men's team in Sparta Prague. You know, we played Europa League, Champions League, things like that. So it was a great experience. I was actually supposed to go to Athletic Bilbao last season, but it was all around the presidential election at the club. So I was supposed to go with Bielsa there, but our group, anyways, finished second. That went away, so I went back to the US, and I decided to coach my son's team in Orlando City Academy. So it worked out because it gave me experience in the academy, and then I just happened to meet in Japan, so of all places, and here I am.
Okay. Welcome to Cebu.
Thank you, thank you.
Coach Mustafa, you look too young to be a coach. You should be out in the field playing.
Maybe.
How did it all start? I mean, you must
So I was originally born in Iraq, in the Middle East. Then moved to Scotland when I was 5. Then I did my sports coaching degree. I did my A license at a very young age. I think I was probably the youngest one in the coaching group. But yeah, I just pushed myself from a very young age. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. And then at university, I got a job at Dublin United, which I was there for almost 11 years. And then I moved across the road to Cebu Football Club, where I became the head of the youth academy there for 3 years. And then COVID happened. I needed to get out of Dundee in Scotland, and a job came up in Singapore with Lion City Sale. So I was there for almost 18 months, and then this opportunity came. Since I was close by working with the first team, it was time for me to take the next step.
So you're eligible to play as a foreigner?
I've been trying to do my skills in front of the coach to impress him, but I'm not sure.
He's got a chance. We played together last night in the open play.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
I think I did okay. Scored a goal.
so he's done alright.
I'll be with you. So the game's coming up, is it
August 20, next
What?
Sunday.
next Sunday? And that's a cup game,
Yes, it's for Copa Paulino.
ex Real Madrid, but no, was it? He was the youngest player to play in Spain. Is that correct? I think in 1903 or something like that. His family moved to Spain. He looked good. He ended up playing in the top teams of it in those days. So it's a really good cup for the
Yeah.
NFL. So,
Oh, we're looking forward to it.
So there's also a question online from an online viewer.
Okay.
So this is for you, Coach Joshua. So far, what is your assessment of the team and what have you been doing for starters, considering that your first game will be on August 20 already?
Yeah, first impression, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. We actually arrived a little bit after the players started their own sort of fitness program that we helped sort of guide them with. So we are working hard to get the fitness levels up, but the level of the players is great. The attitude of the players, more importantly, is very good. So it's exciting. As far as the starters, today is going to go a long way with that, with our practice match, training match. But yeah, we've been trying players in different positions and just trying to figure out what we think is the best fit. So we're still in the process of doing that.
There's also a follow-up question.
Okay.
What are your long-term goals for the team?
Long term, how far out are we looking? I'll say
Maybe for the season.
this season, yeah, obviously we want to win everything that we're involved in, every competition. We're never going to say this stage is good enough. We want to win everything that we're in. Every trophy that's available, we want it. So that's our mentality. We'll do the best we can with that, and then obviously that will build up nicely if we're able to reach our goals with Asian Champions League next year. Would be the long-term goal, I think.
So coaches, are you still going to be looking at players across the world to strengthen the team?
Always.
コーチ、いいですか。
はい。
なんか浦和レッズが、3回目の ACL 優勝されたと思うんですけど、
はい
その試合は見られてました。
もちろんです。
あ、印象はどうでしたか。浦和レッズの試合とか、当時いた頃と比べて、今の浦和レッズとかって見られて、どういうふうに感じられますか。
昔のレッズでも今のレッズでもかなり強いです。2007. So, as we mentioned, the club that I was connected with in Japan, Urawa Reds, they won Asian Champions League last year for the third time in their history. And he was asking me if I watched the game, and I said, of course. That's the team I sort of always supported since I was there. And I said I was there the year before when they lost the final to, I think, Al Hilal, the team they beat last year. But I was there in January to watch training and meet with the people that I used to work with there. And actually one of the players at Sparta Prague, when I was there, he transferred to Urawa, so he was there as well. So a lot of connections to the club, but he was just sort of asking about Urawa Reds and the connections.
Thank you.
Actually, this question is not for the coaches, but also to the chairman of the team, Sir Tashi. This question is something
I try
about
to escape.
yeah, because this is something about the stadium, and then I always watch the team, and also there was a consistent number of fans who watch games, especially last season, and that would somehow be the reason why we are second place. My question here is, would there be a possibility to expand the capacity of the stadium?
Yeah, actually we are working currently. From last year our capacity is around 560 sitting capacity. And next 2 months we want to reach at least first 1,200. Then we want to reach 3,500 to 5,000. Certainly.
Okay, so not just in the stand itself,
No,
but it's
here,
coverable.
other side too.
Okay.
We will open.
Looking
The
for
target is 3,500 to 5,000. Yes, and in this case we are working with some business groups, so they're gonna help us, hopefully, to extend the bleachers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so on behalf of the Academy parents, while we understand that you're focused with the first team, of course, we also know that you'd be overseeing or doing something for the Academy. Can you tell us what are your plans for the Academy and commitments to the Academy?
Well, you may have noticed, maybe not, but so my son plays for the under 11, so I've actually been here for the academy training since the first day we arrived. He started playing, and Coach Mustafa as well. So the first step was just to watch and see what's there and assess it. And after we assess the academy, then we start to try to implement the changes that may be needed. So we spoke about before, so we're actually coming up with sort of a curriculum based on our experience working in academies to try to give a specific curriculum by age group that helps to develop the players at the right rate and keep building them up from the youngest group. So once they come through, they're the strongest level possible.
Coach Mustafa, can you update the media on the upcoming leagues that CFC will be joining?
The upcoming what, sorry?
Leagues, tournaments, and games
In
that CFC will be joining, the men's team. To invite them to our
the like Coach Joshua was saying earlier regarding the fans last season, we had a lot of really good things about the fans that turn out to support. But for sure, the first game is going to be massive for us on the 20th. And yeah, we need everyone there in numbers. So everybody here, like friends, family members, neighbors, cousins. If they can't be here, then they can watch online. But certainly this game will be, especially the first game, will be one where we hope to showcase our style of play and a lot of good attacking football. And I hope, after you guys witness the first few games, you will be, eager to see more. So first game, sorry. Everyone on the 20th, yes, please make sure you are there. Keep up to date on our social media. Jen is doing a great job of updating you guys with all the necessary information. So 20th, first game, make sure you are tuning in.
I probably will pick them off one at a time where they can't defend each other. But it's interesting that we do have a translator. If you have a problem with the Scottish accent, I know how to translate.
Yes, I'm your host, Pete Irving, for the love of the game, covering Philippine football and international news. Brought to you by Sunsport, Bad Beat Sportswear, and Wolven Studio. Share, like, subscribe, and ring the bell for news, interviews, breaking stories. Thanks for watching On the Ball Report.